What is going on, everyone? Happy almost Friday, and welcome back to Sin City Crypto Live. My name is David. I'll be one of your co-hosts, and today we are coming at you live from our studio here in Las Vegas, Nevada, with our daily live show. Today, CPI numbers come out. They've saved the crypto markets, but nothing possibly can save FTX. We're going to talk about FTX. We're going to talk about CPI numbers. The Dixie is falling. What is Bitcoin doing? Also, more drama surrounding Solana. They pushed back the unlocking of the tokens. What? We'll get into all that and much more. I'd like to introduce you to your second co-host of the day, Big Rob. What's up?
Hola! Is your boy Big Rob back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, we're an entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel where we take the old, the boring, the stale information and package it up in a fun and sexy way. Bitcoin is bounced. Bitcoin is bounced. Did we print a bottom? Was that it? Will we ever see $15,000 Bitcoin ever again in the future?
I don't know, but no one complimented me on my freestyle in the beginning. You guys didn't like that? Or
Terrible.
You're terrible.
Also, Kurt Katz first in the chat. Gonna get a round of applause for Kurt Katz. Thank you. And then
Rob, the good Rob, not the bad Rob. The Rob in our chat said he's officially a one coiner. Congratulations, my friend. That is awesome. So he owns one full Bitcoin. There you go, smart man. It'll pay off. We do have someone else joining us in the studio. He is our Web3 and gaming and NFT expert, Matthew.
What's up, Sin City fam? How you guys doing?
Awesome. Matt, thanks for having us. We're going to go over some gaming NFT stuff, so stay tuned for that. But today, obviously, the big news is CPI, right? Came in lower than expected. Robin, we'll send it over to you. Let's see where it's at. Let's see what we should expect, and let's speculate on what the Fed's going to do in the next FOMC meeting.
All right, so getting right into it, we're going to get into the crypto numbers here in just a second. But the headline number, what everyone was on pins and needles waiting for, was the CPI. So Consumer Price Index rose by 0.4%. You would say to yourself, hey, CPI went up. That's bad. Well, we thought it was going to be worse. We thought CPI was going to go a lot higher than it did. 0.6 was the projected rise. This is all due to rising house prices, also with the rising prices of energy as well. So two extremely two metrics that weigh very heavy on CPI. Both of those went up, so we were expecting a larger increase. So we are up, let's see here, 7.7% from a year ago. And this is according to the
Does
Bureau
this deserve
of
a round of applause?
No, it does not. No. It's comical how everybody is so enthusiastic that our inflation is at 7.7%, which our target inflation is 2% or lower. And so, about 4x away from where we need to be. I think people are a little delusional right now. And I say that because there's euphoria in the markets. People are over here buying, but it does
Nasdaq's up like 6%.
It does not change the narrative that we are in our economic situation. The economy is struggling right now. Meta just laid off 11,000 workers. That's 11,000 people. That's the size of a small city. And, that is huge. And that's the first round of layoffs. That is also stacked on top of hiring freezes from all the, a lot of the major tech companies.
You know what I think it is, Rob? You're saying people are excited, right? They're ecstatic. You know what I think it is? People that are in really like nasty relationships, whether it's verbally abusive, and you just get used to it, and then you just accept it. And so I think that's what we've come to. We've expected inflation to be 8%, and we've kind of got used to it. So we see, oh my God, 7.7. Let's throw all our money back in the markets. I think that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, don't you agree?
Yeah, I guess this is the new norm now.
No, that's what I'm not saying it's the right.
It's like imagine if your boss was like, hey, man, we're going to cut your salary by 25%. So instead of making 50 grand, we're going to give you 42,000. And then you're just like,
That's
what the
terrible,
hell,
man.
bro? How am I
That's
supposed to
terrible,
pay my
man.
bills?
That
And then they're like, then 6 months later, like, guess what? We're going to give you a raise, $1,500. You're like, Yeah, I make
Exactly.
4,300.
Exactly.
And then you're all like, you're out there, you're like buying new cars and stuff. You're like, bro,
Exactly.
you are poorer than you were a year ago.
That's what I'm saying. People have gotten used to it. And so now when we see a 7.7 headline, we're like, oh my God, we're fine.
Dude.
We're not fine. That's still 7.7% year over year. That's a lot.
Yeah,
On top of that,
and it went up month over month too.
that's what I'm saying. So, like, guys, I think the markets are way overinflated, in my opinion. There is no reason that inflation numbers come in 7.7% year over year, and the Nasdaq goes up by 6%. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Matt?
Honestly, man, I think about like maybe 5 years ago, right? When I was trying to buy a house.
Yeah.
And the money I was making then definitely isn't what I'm making now. And if I almost couldn't qualify back then. And I think about rent now, right? So before, if I were to pay rent, I'd probably be looking for like $800 or $900 a month. And right now,
Is that even the thing? Oh yeah, right.
no,
now.
I'm talking about back then.
Decades ago,
back then.
guys.
And right now, I think about my brother and sister, right? Because they're 10 years younger than me, and how are they gonna afford to have their own place? They would have to share rent with someone else. Like everything is overpriced.
Do you guys think buying a home is still part of the American dream, or people have just given up on it? You think the younger generation has just given up on owning
It's
a home?
exactly that. Now it's a dream. It's like not a realistic for the median salary. Like if you make $50,000 a year, you are not buying a home right now. At least not anything that's isn't broken or in a rough part of the neighborhood.
I think everything's more about like investing now. You know, like if you're buying a property,
Yeah, but a
it's
home is an
probably because
investment.
you're gonna try and make
Why
money
are
off
But a
of
home
it.
is considered an investment, though.
But here's
Not really.
but you're
It's-
pricing people
it's
out
more
of that
of a-
investment. It's like saying diamonds are investments.
It's,
But you know, you got somebody making $50,000 a year, they're not going to go out and buy diamonds. Same thing with somebody making $50,000 a year, you're not going to go out and buy a $250,000 house.
It's
Or
a little,
even $250,000
home
is
is more
actually
of like a
cheaper.
liability,
$500,000
right?
house. Like how are you
Unless you're
supposed
using it as an
to?
asset.
Yeah, so you're pricing people out of the market, and then the government has nothing they can do outside of make programs easier for people to buy houses, which just leverage our market to get people that essentially can't afford a home to get access to loans more readily. And so basically, you're enabling people that can't afford houses to afford houses through legislation, which is kind of how we got into the mess back in 2008, where you were kind of approving anybody.
and just before you move on, Rob, off this housing thing, there are loan programs now, and maybe we'll bring in someone who does mortgages, but there's programs now where it like you said, kind of like 2008, like the first year, it's let's say 4%, and then it goes up to 5%, then it goes up to 6%, and so the idea is, you're giving yourself some one way in the beginning, but if you're not good with your money, guess what? When year 3 comes around and your interest jumps up and your payment jumps up, what are you going to do?
The thing is they're just making it easier for people that can't afford houses to borrow, and that's coming from the federal government.
But that's not how it should be. If you cannot afford,
Well, that's the problem. You either say, hey, you don't make enough money, you can't buy a house, or you say, hey, we'll help you buy a house you can't afford. So they're both crap situations.
It's just sad, man, because, when my dad came over to the U.S., his biggest dream was to own a home. And then I still remember the day when he signed the papers of his house. He was so excited. It was like, talk about the American dream, son, I'm living it. And now it's like, is it even, it's a dream. Are people even wanting to chase that dream?
All right. So back to CPI here. Core CPI at 6.3. This is also up 0.3%. This is pretty far off. They were expecting it to come in between 0.5%, around 0.5%. So that's kind of what shocked most people. The 2.4% decline in used vehicles, that's been pretty inflated. And then just to kind of talk about, to reiterate, we were talking about shelter costs, which make up 1/3 of CPI, rose by 0.8% this month. This is the largest monthly gain since 1990, and it's up 6.9% from a year ago, highest since 1982. And also fuel and oil prices up 19.8%. Here's the full breakdown as well. We have, once again, headline at 7.7. Food at home, 12%.
Rob, will you make that a little bigger? Control plus.
I don't think that works.
Doesn't get okay.
Oh, it does actually. There we go.
Awesome. Thanks.
All
Cool.
right.
Perfect.
All right. So food at home at 12.4%. And then this is all of your flour-based goods, your grains and cereals.
Wheat,
and 15.9. Dairy is also pretty high as well at over 15%. And food away from home is down. So your processed food that's made in a factory, your fast food, hey, it's cheaper. What do you know? And also energy, this was kind of what we touched on, 17% for the full basket. And oil is up 68.5%, and natural gas up 20%. And then this is the core CPI, all items less food and energy. So core coming in at 6.3. New vehicles still at 8.4. So this hasn't moved much, at least not as much as the used vehicles. And then, as we discussed, we have shelter as well. And yeah.
Rob, let's speculate here a little bit, okay?
Airfare is up 42.9%. This was up over, I think, 50%.
Well, we know why. We know why.
Well, yeah. Basically,
They're
the
having
tickets are priced by the
how much it
fuel
costs
for
to operate. Yeah, but on top of that, like American Airlines, Delta, they've had to raise their pilot pay by like 4 or 5-fold because people are just like, yo, we need to make more money. And guys, what's up with these likes, man? Do you guys not like me? I know you don't like Robin, but what about me?
47.
I'm a pretty likable guy. Let's get
not
the
even.
likes.
We're at a quarter of the likes. What are y'all doing, man? Y'all better hit that like button before I go over here and hit Dave. Actually, if y'all hit the like button enough, I'll go over there and hit Dave.
You try, bro. See what happens. I will. What does it say? The boot for my blood. Okay, let's speculate. Okay. And by the way, before we speculate, guys, we are doing an FOMC extravaganza. We are doing a completely different live show all about the FOMC. We're going to bring in experts. We got a big name coming on our show to do some charts. Like, we are so pumped up. December 14th, you do not want to miss that live show, okay? So, but before we get there, let's speculate on what do we think the Fed is going to do with the CPI information, okay? So core is down 0.3 or 0.3%, right? 6.7 to 6.3. Headline is down 0.3%. Do you think the Fed, is it 50? Is it 75? Is it a pause? What do you think, Robin? What not what the investors think. What do you think?
I still think it's 0.75. Okay. The markets are rallying because we didn't increase by more than we thought we were. We thought we were going to have worse inflation than we currently had. However, that's not the case. And so what's missing here from the thought experiment is that CPI went up. The entire premise of the entire idea of what the Fed is doing with the interest rate hikes is so that way they can bring down inflation. Inflation is going up. It's going the opposite direction. Core is up.
But month over month, it's not. So, I mean, do you think that's enough?
No, it went up this month.
No, core is down month over month.
Core?
Yeah,
core
is
okay,
down.
well, the CPI itself.
The headline, yeah.
The headline inflation is up.
Okay, there's probably people confused. Can you explain to them year over year versus month over month? Because they're seeing 8 to 7.7, and you're telling them it's up month over month.
It's just how much is your money worth today versus 1 year ago today? It's you have
it's worth more.
7.7% less buying power now than you did a year ago.
But I'm saying compared to last month, year over year, we're down. But month over month, this year, we're up.
Month over month from last year, year over year is the same.
No. So if you go back, so last CPI headline was 8%, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that took this past October to October.
The number that's used is from the year before. So last month was 8.1.
8.1. So 8%. So October 2021 to October 2022.
We went up. So sorry, it wasn't 8.1. It was 7 point something.
Yeah. Okay. What is the CPI number this month? 7.7, right? The headline that just came out, 7.7, right?
Yes.
Okay. And last time it came out, last month, it was 8%. So I'm saying year over year is down, right? But month over month is up.
Here, look. This is an increase of 0.4 for the month. So it went up 4% for this month.
Correct.
And this is up 7.7 from a year ago.
Correct.
The Dow Jones predicted 0.6. Okay. So then, oh, you're saying from, okay.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
From year over year versus month over month.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying is like, you think the Fed's going to all of a sudden turn dovish? Do you think 50, 75, a pause? Do you think they're going to reverse course? Okay. I don't think they're going to reverse course. You don't either, right? They're not decreasing rates, right?
No, this says it increased 0.4 for the month.
Okay. All right.
So last month it was 7.3 then.
Okay, we're wasting time. What do you think the Fed's going to do?
Okay, it went up 0.4% from last month.
What do you think the Fed's going to do? 7.75?
Like I said, so my narrative when I came in was that inflation went up. Last month it was 4%, 0.4% less. This month is 0.4% more. And we're going up in CPI. Inflation's going up. The entire premise behind raising the interest rate is to bring down CPI. CPI is going up. So if CPI is going up, and maybe the core is going down month over month, but CPI is going up. Inflation is going up. You have less buying power. You have even less buying power this month than you did last month.
But the Fed looks at core more than
it doesn't
headline.
matter. The CPI number. That's what that I'm saying. They take into account. But what I'm saying, if you're asking my opinion, you can say, but they like, yeah, but face value, CPI, the inflation, how much buying power you have across everything. CPI is up.
Year over year is down.
Jesus Christ. Okay, look, David. Look, can you read this article? What does the yellow say? What does the yellow say? Pull
Anyway, so let me.
It says increase 0.4% for the month. That means
Yes.
from last month it went up.
Correct. What I'm saying is year over year it's down. Month over month it's up.
It's the same thing.
Okay. We're literally wasting time.
Okay.
Okay. So let me tell you.
CPI
Okay. Let's get off the subject. Okay. Let's get off the subject.
for September.
This is what investors think the Fed is going to do. Okay. This is from the CME. So the target range right now is between 375 to 400. Okay. The federal funds rate. 85% of investors think we're going to get a 50 basis point rate hike, with only 14.6% think we're getting a 75%. Or a 75 basis point. I believe last month, leading up to the FOMC meeting on November 2nd this year, I believe the numbers were roughly the same, right? They were around 85 to 90% for a 75. Then we saw 75. This one is showing 85% think it's going to be a 50 basis point rate hike, which is still a lot, right? It's still a lot. And the markets are rallying. And so what I think is going to happen, I think they're going to come in at 50, and then they're going to say, we're going to pause. We're going to stay at this 425 to 450 level, maybe for the first quarter of 2023, and see how this ripples through the markets. Or the hawkish scenario is the Fed looks like, why is the market so high? Why is more money going into the market? We want to take money out of the markets, right? We want to take liquidity away. So they might come just drop the hammer down and say 75, bam. So what do you think, Matt? Then we're getting 50 or 75?
The whole point of this is to like correct our economic situation, right? With
Inflation.
Yes. Well, I mean, they got to take money, right? So I feel like they'd go for the higher percentage, to be honest.
You think we're going to get 75?
Yeah, I think so. Because, I mean, if the quickest way is to take that money out of liquidity, right, to fix the issue, then they're probably going to go for that. Like, if that's their vision of how to fix the issue, then I feel like they're going to try and do it as quick as possible. So they're probably not going to lower it unless there's like a huge, like, issue where everyone everywhere in the country is suffering really badly, then yeah, maybe. But I think they're trying to push the limits, you know,
and I think what's gonna help your case too is they're gonna look back at what happened in the 70s and 80s and how they started either paused or pivoted too early and inflation got worse. And so, although they can't, guys, they cannot pump interest rates, right? The federal funds rate, they cannot raise it to the 20% that they did in the 70s and 80s. The entire global economy would literally collapse, okay? That's not going to happen. I think anything over 5.5%, 6% they can't do, right? Because at some point, the government needs to stay afloat. And if you're raising interest rate, guess what? Interest rates on your treasuries go up. Interest rates on everything goes up. Servicing your debt gets more expensive. And so that's not going to happen, right? In my opinion, anything over 6% is completely out of the question. So I don't know. We'll see. But we'll see what the Fed does. My guess is they go 50 and then pause. We had Jerome Powell come out during the last FOMC meeting, right? His press conference. And he said, we do understand, we do need to slow down. Not his exact words, of course. But yeah, that's all I got on this topic here. Robin, you want to show the traditional markets?
Sure. All right. So we got Bitcoin coming in at 17,300.
Those are not the traditional markets.
Well, we're gonna go over the markets, and then I'll get into the stock market here in a minute. But Bitcoin at 17,300. So
that was a quick bounce.
Yeah, it's still I think people saw 15,000 yesterday, 15,900, and they were excited to see 17,000, which is it's just crazy to me. 48 hours ago. Was it 48 hours ago, or were we more than 48 hours ago?
3 hours ago. Feels like 2 hours ago.
So 3 days ago. 3 days ago, we were over 20,000, over 21,000 actually. And so now that we are down over 20% for the week. I mean, is it 20% for the week? Let me take a look. 12.4% on the 7 day, but that doesn't account for the being at 21,000. So probably around 20% for the week, or from about 3 days ago. But up 3% for the day, so that is a positive. Taking a look at the other tokens here, Ethereum still under 1,300. I saw it over 1,300 this morning. So it's back. It was testing the $1,000 range, and then XRP 37 cents, Cardano at 36 cents. So XRP and Cardano kind of neck.
Look at Polygon, dude.
And then Polygon.
I'm telling you, if Polygon, if the FTX thing didn't happen, Polygon would be at $1.50 right now. It was on a tear, man.
Yeah, probably.
And yeah, but let's. Damn it! I had
and
a
then
question.
we also got Solana at $16.89. And
we have some Solana news, guys.
Yeah, a lot going on in the ecosystem. And then if you're wondering where is FTT token, it is way down here.
I doubt
in the
anyone's
60 marks. I don't even know. Maybe it's gone. Did it disappear?
Is this
there? It
on
is.
the chart?
$3.59. Also, something else to keep an eye out on. Over here, you have USDD. This is the algorithmic stablecoin of Tron. This is off the dollar peg once again at 97 cents. So right now, this is being tested. I don't think there's enough arbitrage in the market to naturally bring this back up. So Justin
Sun is the arbitrage.
Yeah, apparently.
He is literally the one propping it up. You guys know that, right?
You know, people are just siphoning value out of this. So Justin Sun keeps pumping more and more money into it to keep it from crashing. And people are just selling it and basically just siphoning money off of it. Anyways, taking a look at the crypto bubbles, everything in the green. As we mentioned, we got Matic over here. We got MakerDAO, Loopring, Solana, all big winners, Avalanche and Atom as well. But just to kind of put into perspective what we're looking like for the week, let's not let the 24 hours fool you. Portfolios are still down, and is this bounce simply just CPI euphoria, just to retrace back into the direction that we were going? Perhaps we'll discuss that here in a little bit. And we got CPI, or the Fear and Greed Index, coming in at 22. So yeah, man, that's a big rough.
drop.
And then also A little side note here, something a little bit more cheerful. People are still spending money. People that have all the wealth.
Don't say people, bro. It's like a
Microsoft co-founder
fraction.
Paul Allen's art collection smashes record with $1.5 billion in auction. So, if you think that you overpaid for an NFT, well, you fall way short of what somebody overpaid for.
Wow, Robin,
Paul
way to rub it
Allen's.
in people's faces. We're all down in our portfolios, and you're over here showing us a dude that's got enough money to spend
Hey,
just
man,
1.5
just saying,
billion.
man. I'm just putting the news out there, baby.
Wow, thank you. That's great news.
Oh yeah, you like it?
No, I don't.
You know?
No.
Do you think that was overvalue, whatever he bought?
We don't even know what he bought.
I don't. I don't know. Maybe there's. I'm assuming there's some rare art collectible pieces.
You
in
have
there,
no
some
idea what was in that collection. You're over here
Picassos or-
saying they overpaid for it. Stop speculating.
Because
I said I don't know what's in there, but I'm assuming if you pay 1.5 billion, you know there's some Picassos and Monets up in there, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Has to be.
So why you're saying he overpaid? Maybe he underpaid.
It's 1.5 billion.
Yeah.
That's more than the country's economies. Like a lot of them.
Well, we're in America, so.
You're like, yo.
Hey, I got a question. So our man Forrest, by the way, Forrest, if you're in the chat, thank you. He said, without a doubt, in his opinion, ETH would be at 2K right now if it wasn't for FTX. Do you buy that?
ETH would be at 2K.
Yep. Everything's rallying CPI numbers, right? He's saying if FTX didn't collapse, ETH would be at 2K right now.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I think it would have been at 17, 18. But here's the thing: like, if the FTX thing didn't happen, wouldn't Bitcoin be at 30,000?
No, probably 24. 30 is a lot.
So if it's at 24, I don't subscribe to this. Oh, hey, this is all of a sudden going to break the trend. Same thing. Stocks crash. You know what? Crypto's going to crash too. At least it will in the short term. And so stock market go down, crypto go down. Bitcoin go up, Ethereum go up. Bitcoin don't go up, Ethereum don't go up. It might ever so slightly, it might buck the trend slowly and progressively. But to sit here and say that if FTX didn't go under, all of a sudden Ethereum would be worth 2 times as much, but a Bitcoin would only be worth 20% more. Like, where's the premise? Where is this amazing flood of investment in the crypto industry? Because right now there ain't a lot of people in crypto.
You know who's flooding crypto? Is Gary. Gary's flooding crypto. And we have a Gary Gensler. He did speak to CNBC. We're going to show you the video. But let's take
Gary.
You like Gary?
I love Gary.
Yeah, I know you do. You weirdo.
It's you know what? I mean, I'll be honest with you. I listened to his interview. We're gonna play it here in a minute. And
Before you say it, let's say it together on 3. 1,
I'm
2.
not gonna say what you say. I actually his first reply or
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. Literally what he was saying, you're like, okay. And then he just shit the bed.
Yeah, then his question 2 came in and it was
You're like, oh, no, there's Gary. There's a Gary we know.
You had the thumbs this way here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but hey, look, and we'll go over that in a second here. But what he was saying in the very maybe minute, he was right, man. The guy was right. So we got to give credit. By the way, throw a Gary emoji in the chat if you're a member of our channel. If you're not a member,
We also had an XRP emoji in there as well.
we do, yeah. So
I have another emoji available if there's something the chat or the community would like me to put together.
Yeah, let us know, guys. Let us know. So let's take a look at some chartsies, okay? So first thing we're going to look at is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. This is up 1,000 points, 3.13%. It did gap up. This is on the daily, by the way. It did gap up from 32,992 to 33,536. And so what we know with gaps, they do tend to fill. Gaps to the upside, fill to the downside, and vice versa. So I do expect this gap to fill on the downside. So let's say tomorrow's day is red and the gap fills. You're looking at a drop of, and this is, of course, just speculation. If this gap does fill, if a candle closes today and gap fills tomorrow, you're looking at a negative 2% just right off the bat if we fill the gap. Taking a look at NASDAQ, this one is ripping. This NASDAQ is up 6.19%. Look at this gap. And this was kind of a, you can call this a head and shoulders pattern, guys, right? Let's draw this thing out. And I didn't look at this until now. So we're looking at shoulder, bam, head. You can come down here and call this a shoulder here. So we were at the neckline, right? You can see here the dashed line is the neckline. We're at the neckline, and this pattern is not confirmed until we break that neckline. And so we didn't break the neckline. We actually bounced right off of it. But if we do come crashing down, and again, we do fill this gap we see here, we could see a break to the downside. And if it does, the way you measure a move for the head and shoulders is you take the depth of the head, right? So you're looking at 18%. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but, you know, probabilities, and it's how you measure it. That's what you say. But all right, Bitcoin, bad idea. 1 hour chart, bear flag, not good. Move to the downside, followed by an uptrending parallel channel. This should break down, and the percentage move I'm expecting, again, you take the width of this flag here. We should see about a 5% move to the downside, which would put us at, if we broke somewhere around here, we should see a $16,400 Bitcoin if this pattern does play out. Same thing with Solana, guys. This one is in a similar bear pattern. Same thing. Now the width of this channel and the move we should expect to see from this one is about a 21% move. Okay, so 21% move to the downside, which coincides with the whole unlocking thing, which we have news on, by the way. So if this pattern does play out and we do see a 21% move to the downside, you're looking at a $12 Solana, or about $11.77 Solana. Couple things I want to share. So some on-chain metrics. This is the Bitcoin percent supply in profit. So what percentage of Bitcoin is currently in profit? You can see in past bear markets, we do want to see low 40 to high 30 to low 40%. Right? And let's take a look at where we are now. We'll zoom in. So we did dip down, obviously, with Bitcoin going down to 15,500. We're sitting at 45% in profit. Okay? Historically, we want to get to the 36, 37, 40% mark. That typically signals the bottom of a bear market. We're not there yet. How much more downside will we have? We'll see. Also, this is the Bitcoin accumulation trend score. So this measures, so this is plotted, this is Bitcoin's price chart plotted against whether entities are accumulating or they are capitulating or not accumulating at all. So a trend score closer to 1 means that entities' confidence are high and they're accumulating. And you can see currently we're at 0.97. So almost at 1. Guys, people, look, what happened with, what you got to remember is this, right? I worry when we see a big dip and we don't have any news to go over, like, why is it dipping, right? But when something like FTX happens and Bitcoin dips, we can sit back and say, okay, we know exactly why Bitcoin dipped. Alameda and FTX, they're liquidating their Bitcoin. People are afraid. They're moving their stuff off exchanges. They're converting it to fiat. I get it. Nothing changes with how Bitcoin is ran. Nothing changes with how Bitcoin is secured. Nothing changes with Bitcoin's token issuance, right? So which means nothing's changed on the side of investors, the institutional investors. Nothing's changed with people like Fidelity and all these companies that are looking to custody crypto. If anything, this FTX thing pushes that narrative right along. I mean, think about it. Did you or a friend of yours lose any money in FTX? If they did, ask him this question. If your bank that you've been banking with for 10, 20, 30 years, if they offered to custody your crypto, would you trust them and custody your crypto? Chances are the answer is going to be yes. And so although we see a dip in price of Bitcoin, nothing changes, right? Nothing has changed. People are still getting into Bitcoin. They still believe in the technology. And so, like, just don't be down, man. It's just temporary. It's all going to come back.
I don't know. I kind of disagree with you, bro.
Oh, yeah?
I think there's tons of exposure when it comes to institutions. I mean, yeah, BlockFi had got bailed out by FTX with the line of credit for $250 million. They were about to go under.
No.
Or there's
okay,
rumors,
before you go on,
rumors
before,
of insolvency.
I'm not saying that the narrative. I'm saying the narrative hasn't changed.
But I think the
For the
narrative
institutions.
has. I think institutions are scared. They don't know who the next domino is going to fall. Skybridge Capital, a huge venture capital company, also asset manager, is Anthony Scaramucci's platform, who has tons of exposure to crypto, has loans all across the crypto space, and BlockFi, man. I mean, those two alone, not to mention how many loans do you think Alameda Research has out there that we're not aware of?
But you're talking about something completely different. I'm talking about institutions don't think Bitcoin is not a good investment all of a sudden. That's my...
I think in the short to medium term, perhaps the next 2 years, I don't think institutions are looking at our space saying, hey, crypto's a place to get into right now, because I'm unsure of where crypto's going to be at for the next year or two. And so I don't think that any institution right now is feeling comfortable putting in or piling into a crypto position, or even hodling their crypto position, because they don't know what kind of exposure some of their partners or intermediaries are having right now. I'm telling you, there's going to be some more collapse when it comes to institutions. Some more custodial agents, some more VC funds, some more major projects, some big whales that are financially backing some of these. I mean, you had Kevin O'Leary. He has exposure to FTX. I mean, do you think that perhaps he might be shifting directions? I mean, who is he partnering with? He obviously has a ton of investment across the crypto landscape. Maybe he has to scale back a little bit. What I'm saying is that I'm telling you, I think. Because right now, the shakeup, the closures, this is traditional money mismanaging crypto assets. That's what it is. You have FTX and all of their little goon squads going under. And they're front and center. They're taking big names with them, man. I mean, they took Tom Brady down, bro. That dude never gets sacked.
And just because you're talking about this, I'm gonna pull this up. Which why the fuck can I pull this up? There we go. So I'm gonna show this. So this is everything FTX had their name on, right? Sponsorships, athletes, organizations. Okay. What I think is gonna change. I don't think we're gonna see another NFL, NBA team sponsor any crypto exchange anytime soon. I don't think you're gonna see any athletes partner with any crypto exchange anytime soon, right? So these are the notable FTX sports partnerships. You have the Miami Heat Arena, Monumental Sports, the Golden State Warriors, Major League Baseball, Mercedes F1, TSM, which is esports. Some of the athletes that are behind FTX or are sponsors or have equity in the company: Shohei Ohtani, Stephen Curry, Tom Brady, Aaron Jones, Trevor Lawrence. And it says, guess the Heat play at Binance Arena now.
So here's...
But do you agree, though, Robin? Do you see
this
any...
Is also...
Do you see... Go ahead.
This is also... These names are the ones that are brand ambassadors that are publicly partnered. What I'm saying is that Alameda Research, that is the investment arm. That arm that borrows and lends money and invests with other projects and other companies. These are silent partners. These are deals and handshakes that aren't big name celebrities. And you know what? Who pays Tom Brady? It's Tom Brady gets paid by
his wife. I mean, his ex-wife.
No, what I'm saying is these celebrities, the Tom Brady's and the Steph Curry's, and these are all employees of billionaires. And billionaires are the ones that run this. And the billionaires that are running these hedge funds, these investment companies that have giant portfolios that are getting liquidated, they're in a different spot than retail is. And I think there's some fear, some extreme fear on who's next to fall. What shoe is the next one to fall in institutions, man? Real quick, I do want to give a shout out to some of our new viewers here.
By the way, you're now the hat guy.
The hat guy?
I'm kind of digging it. I like the hat guy. You like the hat guy, Robin?
Yeah, sure. So we got Sly Raven, Haven Peck, Ryan Corland. He says, hi from Ireland, lads. We have Chief Toby D. Henley, Larry Palmy, Mizianda, Hard Penetrator Gaming. We got Crypto DJ, Thomas S., DJ Porter Rock, Sam Key, Mitchell Seidberg, James Bella, Mr. Young Fargo, and Can't Get Right 589. For all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If you're new here, say what's up. Also, Crypto Lifer apparently plugged us because we got a lot lot from the Lifer community.
333, what's up?
Lifer has sent over all the was it the 333?
He is such a dope guy. Guys, if you're not following Crypto Lifer, man, this dude is so dope. Yeah, he's a super cool dude.
What's up, fam?
What's up, fam? We got the sarcastics here. You know, maybe for Halloween next year, I'll be Crypto Lifer. Okay, but seriously,
I could be a lifer.
This question is from Matt and Robin. Do you agree with me that everything that happened with FTX We're not going to see anytime soon another athlete take a sponsor deal like this, another major league sports team take a sponsor like this.
Oh, they will, man. The money, it's all about
Okay,
the
I'm
money.
not saying
Like
for
with
the next
crypto
year.
stuff?
For the next year.
Maybe. I mean, probably before a year, but like I follow a Curry, like he has Curry brand, which was a NFT project that he was doing where he had like these basketballs and serums come out, and I could tell there was already issues with that because you would put together these 3 serums and it would make you an avatar, this basketball heads. And at first, really popular. A lot of people were paying attention to it. And then they had an Under Armour serum. So when you put these 3 serums together, it would change the way your avatar looked based on what they were wearing and what brands you used to create it. And I think the Under Armour, I don't know what kind of partnership they had, but it got backed out and they had to delete that serum. And then slowly after that, everything just started like kind of falling through. There was no more attention on it. I was seeing no more volume in the project.
So do you think that's going to translate into like what we're with these big sponsor deals?
I think, like you said, it's going to be a while because
I think it's
a
a while
learning.
too, man.
It's a learning curve. Like they're all testing the waters and they're all seeing what's failing and what's not failing, just like we were when we first got into crypto.
Well, I don't know who's
and
got
it's going
hundreds.
to take a while.
Who's got hundreds of millions of dollars for marketing right now? I feel like, because when you like, at least in traditional finance, I'm assuming it's the same here in crypto. One of the first budgets to get cut back on is marketing.
Well, but the money comes from these exchanges, right? Like FTX paid to have FTX Arena. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but and that's from the marketing budget. And I'm just
Right.
saying that if you
Yeah,
look
yeah,
at
yeah.
you look at Amazon, you
Yeah.
look at Google, you look at you just take any company publicly traded, just look at big companies that have huge marketing budgets, and first thing that gets cut is marketing. You cut marketing before you cut staff.
But I'm saying, okay,
So I think crypto is way down. The companies that are way down. So is their marketing.
if
And-
KuCoin goes to Jerry Jones when the AT&T deal is up to rename that stadium, and KuCoin goes, we'll give you $1 billion.
but that's what I'm saying. Do
to
they
KuCoin
have $1 billion?
No, let's say they do. Let's say they do.
But that's where I'm getting at. I think
If you're Jerry Jones, Robin, do you take that? Do you take that money knowing that, I don't know what these guys are doing. I don't understand
Money
the
is
crypto
money,
markets.
bro. I don't think anybody's gonna shy away. You could.
I don't know,
I mean, honestly, like it's not.
your
It's
brand,
not that.
bro,
It's
and
not
if you're-
that crypto's taboo.
If your brand is tied to a Ponzi scheme or a illegal whatever,
You're
Sam Bankman-Fried
calling
was in-
you're calling a crypto exchanges a Ponzi scheme.
Sam Bankman-Fried apparently was running, well, not a Ponzi scheme, but some kind of scheme, right?
They just run
That
a
was
fraud,
illegal?
mismanagement of money.
Fraud.
Okay. You have.
You want to be
M&T
entangled with a company that's known for fraud?
Okay, you have the M&T Arena, you have Bank of America Arena. Okay, what happens when the banks need to get bailed out? Did you all of a sudden see all the owners we can't name it a bank anymore because the banks suck.
But you're
Like,
comparing
no.
apples to oranges, Robin.
It's literally the same thing. It's the same tree.
The bank didn't go down and get people out of
Crypto didn't go
billions
down.
of dollars.
Exchanges are here. Banks went under. Lehman Brothers went under.
What do you guys think? Are you with me? Okay, put my emoji if you think no sports arena, no sports team is going to touch any crypto sponsored deal, and put a 2 or put Robin's face if you think they will.
You know what? These NFL owners, NBA owners, they are businessmen. They got the franchises. They didn't buy the franchise. Not like they started a startup football team. These are billionaires that are essentially just making deals and taking money, and they probably got there some crooked ass ways. So now all of a sudden they're not going to be all high and mighty on some white horse like, well, crypto doesn't stand for the people. Like, absolutely not.
What the hell are you doing, dude?
I feel like it's going to be split because if you think about it, you guys are, the way we're talking about the topic right now is kind of split up, right?
Right.
You got you saying that no, they're not going to touch it at all, and then we have Rob saying,
But who's right, Matt?
Yeah, they are.
You're the tiebreaker. Who's right? It's me,
well,
right?
we're all individuals, right? So it's going to come down to the same thing. It's going to be individuals.
It's all opinion.
When it comes to that, there's going to be people that do believe in it, and they're going to look at this and be like, man, this is a time for me to capitalize, right? And then there's going to be people that are like, oh, hell no, I'm not going to lose all my money like that. And so it'll probably kind of like weed out the non-believers and bring in the good that we want for
Think
for the
about
crypto.
how many of those little patches on the NBA jerseys they're gonna have to rip off that said FTX and put something else. Like, you know how much money that's gonna cost them? A lot of money. All right.
Oh my Lord.
I think their jerseys are the
Chats with Robin.
What
Chats
was,
with Robin.
what was the numbers? 2 was
you. Yeah,
2 was
chats with
me.
you.
And my face emoji. Oh, my face all over there.
Yeah.
I want to
Look at that. Look
Hey
at
guys, this is the beauty of our channel. We bring differing opinions, and chances are you're gonna believe.
Somebody
I
said,
also want to be the hat guy. Be the back hat guy.
that. So who's the hat guy? You're the hat guy?
No, they said
they were calling you're the hat guy.
I'm the hat guy.
Just call him the stupid guy.
Hey. Somebody suggested we do a like button emoji. YouTube doesn't have one of those?
I mean, you have the traditional like one, right? Just a thumbs up.
I
Do a
just-
cool one.
I can do like one just like this. How about the sign? Yeah.
No. Okay. Something I want to show you guys. This is a little interesting. I found this on CoinGlass. So this is Bitcoin weekly returns. Okay. And so this is going from 2013 to 2022. We can see this year on the weekly. Obviously, we do have more red. Look, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks in a row, we saw negative returns, with the largest being 11.51%. On the 18th week, which can't do that math in my head, we saw negative 22% on the 24th week, which, if I were to guess, was the 3AC/Luna debacle. And where we're at now, 18% in the red, the highest we've seen as far as the 45th week since 2017, and that was during the at the tail end of the bull market. And then if you go on the daily, this is pretty cool, by the way. So this is the daily. Typically on this day, we do see negative returns, right? But we're up 8.34%. So saved by CPI. Well, this is actually yesterday, so today's will come out tomorrow. But anyways, all right, let's look at Gary Gensler. Okay, we're gonna take a look at what Gary Gensler had to say. Then we're going to talk about it, and then we're going to move on to some big news today. Okay? All right. Brock, are we ready? Yeah. All right.
Lots of questions this morning for you about what is happening. And so let's just start with, what do you know and what are you investigating?
He's so
Andrew,
ugly.
as you can imagine, and your viewers know, that I can't speak about any possible investigations, but let's step back and say what's happening here. And it's really as old as finance and as antiquity. When you mix together a bunch of customer money, non-disclosure, and leverage, borrowing against it, and inside, these companies trading, investors get hurt. And I think just looking at what we see in the press, if I can stay with that, just Andrew, this story has been going on for many months. You remember the collapse of Terra Luna, of crypto lending platforms. Well, it looks like in the last few days, this is all interconnected. This is a very interconnected world in crypto, with a few concentrated players at the middle, and one of those concentrated players with toxic combinations of lack of disclosure, customer money, a lot of leverage, meaning borrowing, and then trying to invest with that. And then when markets turned on them, it appears that a lot of customer money, and that's where our mission is about those customers.
Okay. Obviously, you know where Robin and I stand, right? We agree that makes sense, right? He's not lying. He's not blowing it out of proportion. That's literally what happened.
And the premise behind it now, what is his remedy and what would be a realistic remedy that doesn't stifle the crypto market? That's where we probably don't see eye to eye on this particular subject. I think we can both agree transparency should be nice with an exchange, right? If an exchange takes my Bitcoin I have on their platform and they do something with it other than store it on their platform, like they're lending it out to somebody else, like, hey, we got a lot of extra Bitcoin sitting over here and it hasn't moved in a while, so you want to borrow it?
I heard Blockbuster's trying to get up and going again. Should we lend them some money?
Yeah, so, that obviously shouldn't happen, and I think there should be some level of transparency, at least with assets. Now, it would be nice if these companies would come and become publicly traded companies, because then right there, in the similar way of Coinbase, You have similar to Coinbase, you have transparency. And you have to have quarterly reports, and you have to have your balance sheet. You have to talk about, like, where is your expenditures? Like, where's your money coming from? Like, all of that has to be transparent. And so if FTX had been a publicly traded company here in the United States, I don't think they would have been able to get away with what they did. And so, yeah.
Well, we'll see. I mean, it's obvious. We none of us trust him to do what's right, so we'll see what the coming days have. But let's move on to what's going on with FTX. Okay, Sam Bankman-Fried put out this long Twitter thread. Not going to read the whole thing, right? But here we go. First thing he says is, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's the biggest thing. I effed up. I should have done better. Yeah, you should have." I said I should have been communicating better, should have been more transparent. Here's the update. And he goes on in all caps and says, this is about FTX International, the non-US exchange. FTX users are fine. He goes on to say anyone who wants to can withdraw money from FTX US. So he said he made a couple mistakes. The first time, a poor internal labeling of bank-related accounts meant that I was substantially off on my sense of user's margin. Right. I thought it was very much lower. Right. His sense before was 0x leverage, and USD liquidity ready to deliver was 24 times the average daily withdrawals, when actually it was 1.7 leverage and only 0.8 times the withdrawals. Because of this, when it rains and pours, right, said there was $5 billion on Sunday that was being withdrawn from FTX. And so I was off twice. And a third time, I'm not communicating enough. And so here we are, which sucks. I'm sorry. And so he goes on to say, we're spending the week doing everything we can to raise liquidity. Not sure who the hell is going to want to dump money into this firestorm here. I can't make any promises, but I'm going to try. So there are a number of players who I'm in talks with, LOIs, term sheets, etc. Every penny of that and the existing collateral will go straight to the users. That's what he's saying. So no matter how much money they raise, that's what he's saying, it will all go straight to the users. He said, what does this mean going forward? Not sure. One way or another, Alameda Research is winding down trading. They aren't doing any of the weird things that I see on Twitter, and nothing large at all. And one way or another, soon they won't be trading on FTX anymore. Second, in any scenario in which FTX continues operating, its first priority will be transparency. Right. If he would have had that, it would have been done in the first place. All of the stakeholders would have a hard look at FTX governance. I will not be around if I'm not wanted. I don't think anyone wants you around anyways. Again, talks about this was FTX US is not affected, 100% liquid. Guys, I don't care what this man says. If you still got money in FTX US, what the hell is wrong with you? Go take it out right now. Go.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, said at some point I might have more to say about this. And that's pretty much it.
And finally, I sincerely apologize. Do you think he's going to be apologizing to the court system or the
he's
judge?
Going to be apologizing
you think he's going to go in front of a court?
He's going to be apologizing to some big dude in a jail cell when he's saying, what's up? You're looking kind of cute right now with that hair. You feel me?
Also,
please, I'm sorry.
Jimmy dropped 10
memberships.
10 memberships.
Awesome.
Always appreciate it. Let's get into.
Hold on.
Real quick, I just want to give a couple shout outs since we're discussing chat. So, C Bukoop, Scotty Swing, Suman, and then we got Anthony Mack, Profit Taker, Lunar Reviver. We have OND, Lynn Tree, Crypto Beehive, Dale Russell, Keith Busser, Stephen Friend, Soap 36, Tim B, Vissa, Xero Veg, Majin Crypto. Hola! Welcome to City Crypto.
So I said, who the hell is going to dump money? Robin, who? Throw a name out there. Hurry. Throw a name out there. Who in the crypto space would be dumb enough to throw money at FTX? What? Justin Sun wants to play hero again. What? FTX, he's tweeted this. Further to my announcements to stand behind all Tron tokens. Holders on FTX, we are putting together a solution together with FTX to initiate a pathway forward. The ongoing liquidity crunch, despite short-term in nature, is harmful to the industry development and investors alike. My team has been working around the clock to avert further deterioration. I have faith that the situation is manageable following the holistic approach together with our partners. Stay tuned. And he tweeted, and I'm going to go to our Twitter page, which, by the way, guys, we're officially verified. Only costs you $8. Go follow us on Twitter, guys, at Sin City Crypto 1. I tweeted this yesterday, which, by the way, for those of you that are following us on Twitter, do you guys know when it's a Robin tweet versus when it's a David tweet? Yes or no? Do you know? I'm curious. So he said, this is his other thread he put out. TRX trading on FTX has resumed, working on withdrawal functions. Stay tuned. To which I quote tweeted, I said, I'm confused. Like, what do you mean trading has resumed? Right? Am I missing something here? What, like I feel like I literally feel like we're in some like time warp, some weird thing. Like, what do you mean trading has resumed? What do you mean? Like, the exchange is down. This website was down. The withdrawals are down. Who the hell is trading anything, let alone Tron, on FTX? Right?
We got some good staking rewards on FTX.
Yeah. Yeah, those fell by the wayside. I don't know, man. Justin's, I don't think he's got enough money to bail out FTX. I could be wrong. I mean, he does have ties to Jack Ma from Alibaba. I believe China's most wealthiest man, top 10 in the world as far as his wealth. But still, man, like, if you're a businessman, right, put your businessman hat on. You look at a company like FTX, right, and you see this massive $6 to $8 billion hole. You see they're being investigated by law enforcement from a country that they don't even operate in. So imagine the countries that they do operate in, right? It's like, who is going to dump money into FTX? Rob?
Nobody, man. Nobody. And here's the thing. When we talked about Voyager getting bailed out, when we talked about Celsius, maybe somebody coming in and buying Celsius, it was always the FTX, right?
And it wasn't $8 billion.
But here's the thing.
Oh, yeah, it was always FTX.
It was always FTX. So it's
well,
like,
we know how now. Now we know how.
Yeah. So it brings to the question, if Justin Sun and his Tron network, or his parent company that runs Tron. Anyways, if they're trying to come in and buy out somebody that's down, maybe they're in the same boat FTX was not too long ago, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying that, man. The shoe don't fall far from the foot or whatever it's called, right?
The shoe doesn't fall from the foot. What,
like if you're on one of those roller coasters where your feet are hanging, it will fall pretty far though, actually.
Yeah. All right, we're running a little behind, so we're going to get right into the biggest news of the day. So
also, if we get to 300 likes, put it on me. If we somehow get to 300 likes, we're not even at 200, I will do the Velociraptor.
No one cares about your dumb Velociraptor.
I will do the Velociraptor.
I thought you were going to say I'll give away merch or something.
That's not a Velociraptor. That's a bull.
And it's not a Velociraptor. It's a Velociraptor.
Falafel. Falafel.
Velociraptor. All right.
Falafel.
We're behind. All right. So here's what we're going to talk about next. We're going to talk about FTX. We're going to talk about Tether. And then we're going to talk about Solana. And I'm curious what you guys think watching. Okay. Was this the right thing to do? Like, how is this? Okay. So let's move on. All right. FTX lent Alameda billions of dollars in customer assets, reported by the Wall Street Journal. FTX CEO SBF told an investor that sister company Alameda Research owes the exchange about $10 billion. FTX did have $16 billion in customer assets, and earlier Thursday, Reuters reported that FTX transferred at least $4 billion to Alameda. SBF didn't inform other executives about the transfer of funds to Alameda. Just to piggyback off, we kind of talked about this briefly, but Tom Brady, Steph Curry among the celebs staring at massive losses. Tom Brady, Steph Curry, Naomi Osaka are primed to lose their equity stake in the company after becoming global ambassadors last year. We do know Brady and his wife put in $650 million of their fortune. That is a lot of money, man. That is a lot of money. That might be almost their entire net worth. Who knows? Hedge funds and pension fund plans will also lose significantly from their investments in FTX, which that's not good, man. Like hedge funds, okay, right? Pension funds, man, that's not good, dude. Stephen Curry took an equity stake in the firm upon signing a partnership with FTX last year. everything we know currently, Robin, with what the hell was going on with FTX, Alameda, printing fake money, commingling of customer assets, is there any doubt in your mind that Sam Bankman-Fried, being the controlling owner of both Alameda and FTX, is going to jail?
I don't know if he'll go to jail.
What?
But he'll go to court.
He's going to jail, bro.
Oh, man, people with a lot of money. People with a lot of money.
He doesn't have a lot of money anymore.
He's still got a lot of money. He had 15 billion.
Now he's got like
Last week.
800 million, which is a lot of money. Yes. When you say a lot of money,
guys, dude has only got $800 million. I mean, he can get like a budget lawyer. He can get one of those like
get your broke ass up and go get a job.
Guy,
Sam Bankman-Fried.
The billboard guy. He's like, I'm protecting you. I will cut you a check. I will get you've been hurt and you need a check. Call get out of here, man. Hey, that dude's gonna come in with a stacked ass lawyer team, and even if he has to borrow money from one of his rich people,
there's only so much lying lawyers can do, man.
I'm just saying that. Like, I'm sure he'll have a very good defense team, and on top of that, who's to say he don't even flee the country? I mean, that's kind of the trendy thing to do now, right? What I want to know is, so this Sunday, Tampa Bay Buccaneers are playing in England, right? And
they're playing where? In the UK.
In the UK.
Okay.
And do you think that you think the reporters are going to ask Tom Brady? Because they like poking crazy questions at Tom. And I'm telling you, somebody in that press room, because after the game they always have the required press conference, is going to ask him about that FTX deal, bro. I'm telling you, mark my words.
What do you guys chat? What do you think?
Is it Germany? Oh, I know they're in the European time zone because it's like a 6 a.m. game, but so they're playing in Germany, huh?
Germany.
That's crazy.
Seriously? Huh. What do you guys think, chat? Do you think Sam Bankman-Fried is for sure going to jail?
Hold on. Barman Max 8, who I haven't seen here before. Hola. He says, pardon from Biden.
Hell no.
Hey, man, he was the second biggest contributor, man. You're the one that wears all the conspiracy
I
theories.
know. I mean, what was that for?
I'm saying that's right. Rocco got my back, bro.
Look,
it was either the horn or the trombone.
If it happens, would I be surprised? No. Do I think Biden's dumb enough to do that? No. They can literally pardon anyone. He ain't pardoning Sam Bankman-Fried.
You don't think so? No. Dude gave him millions of dollars for his campaign. He was one of the sole reasons he got into his position, man. Yeah, that's what happens, man. Especially when you're about to go out of office, say dude gets locked up. Just like your last week there, Trump was throwing them things out like
they usually do it on the way out.
Like a 21-year-old with a wad of ones at a strip club. He was just
okay. But Robin, here's the thing. Okay, Robin, if it's true and he does pardon him, he's not going to be president when SBF goes to jail. Right, this is going to be unless he settles
2 years.
Unless he settles on takes a plea deal or something like that, then yeah. But I doubt that's going to happen. But we'll see. All right, let's move on. So Tether, okay, this has never happened before. They froze 46 million of FTX's USDT. Not a person, not just an exchange, setting a new precedent. It's a source from Cointelegraph. Tether appears to have frozen $46.3 million of USDT owned by troubled crypto exchange FTX in its Tron wallet. The firm only freezes privately held wallets when it receives a legitimate request from a verified law enforcement agent to do so. They only freeze privately held wallets. They just froze a publicly held exchange's wallet. Was this the right thing to do?
It's not publicly held. It's still a private company. It's no different. It's just a wallet address. Sanctioned people.
They have never done this before.
Does it matter who owns the wallet? They said they halted trading between wallets that are associated with Tornado Cash. That's a blockchain. This is essentially stored on a blockchain from an exchange. It is what it is, bro. Wait, you don't want them to freeze it?
I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm just saying, was this the right thing to do?
I mean, if they owe people money and you're trying to siphon money out of the system.
Why didn't you do that with Celsius?
I don't know. I'm just saying, yeah, I'm not sitting here saying that like, oh, hey, you should have done this with every single person ever in the past, ever. You know what I mean? I'm just saying like, hey, this is probably how it's going to be from moving forward. You fraud people, you steal money, and you're sitting here having a Twitter post saying, hey, trading's back on. You know what? Freeze your damn wallet, man. Honestly.
You know, I go back to what Apple did, okay? The federal government, I believe it was the CIA or the Secret Service, they asked Apple for the backdoor to their whatever it was. I'm sure you guys remember. I don't know the exact details. I just know the federal government and agency wanted to access information that only Apple or their servers had access to. And Apple fought them and said no, right? Now you have the world's largest stablecoin issuer in Tether complying to law enforcement and freezing an exchange wallet. Like, do I think in this case, was it the right thing to do, right? Have we learned what these companies tend to do is they liquidate, they take the money, and then they run, and then they go declare bankruptcy and says, we don't have money to pay our users. But when you give this kind of power, right, to a government agency, what they 9 out of 9 times they always abuse that power. Next time it's going to be more of a grace situation, right? Where it's
That's what you get. Circle is buddy-buddy with the U.S. government. Buddy-buddy with BlackRock. Buddy-buddy with congressmen and legislators. EU. So is Tether. Maybe not quite as close. And so you think that these stable coins are private companies that are decentralized? Like, no. They literally are representing the U.S. dollar, and they're working with the United States government that issues those dollars to be transparent. And you know what? You want a green light to go and transact the U.S. dollars on blockchain? I'm not agreeing with it. I'm just saying that if that's the world you live in, you wanna play in the marketplace of the U.S. Don't be surprised when the U.S. steps up and is like, yeah, nah, that transaction right there, no, stop that one. I'm not saying it ain't gonna overreach. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying that, like, be careful what you ask for. You know, be careful what you ask for. And I don't really care about using stable coins outside of the crypto ecosystem. I could care less. Right now, sure, I'll use a bank account. Eventually, we'll move away from it. But you know what? I'll pay for cash, and I'll use my check card for my daily transactions. I don't really care to use a stable coin. And eventually the technology will take over and it'll be different. I don't even know what that looks like, but I don't know.
Definitely got a long
I don't
way.
even know where I'm going with this.
I don't know either.
Yeah. I'm saying it's here. Government is here, and it ain't going nowhere. That's all I'm saying. And the stable coins, they're going to get more and more controlled by the government, straight up. And CBDCs are on the way. But you know what? The stable coin is just nothing but a hybrid CBDC, right?
David, you really think Apple didn't give the backdoor to access to their phone?
No, they didn't.
Yeah, well, who knows?
I know.
How did you know?
Because they didn't.
Well, that's what they said.
Show me where they did.
Show me they didn't.
I will. All right, we're behind, so we need to move on. Okay, so this big piece of news here. So yesterday we reported, we also had our afternoon video on this. There was supposed to be $1 billion worth of Solana being unlocked by right now. Well, Solana postponed their token unlock amid double dip fears, but the developers were unaffected. This is a source from CryptoSlate. Solana postponed its staking unlock period for 2 days, while Solana developers were still able to unlock and liquidate their sold tokens. Solana's staking lock-in period was supposed to end between yesterday and today. Postponing the unlock also postponed the anticipated double dip, giving time to Solana developers to unlock and liquidate their sold tokens from the current price. Well,
that seems kind of scammy.
Man, Solana?
Bro, this...
Solana. Is this a blockchain? I'm just curious. Is it a I mean, I'm not trying to be funny here. It has wallet addresses. It has a consensus mechanism called proof of stake. But is it really a blockchain? Or is it a company that moves value through
time and space?
through time, energy? Is it a blockchain? Or is it a company that uses blockchain technology to make it seem like it's only that, but it's really more just a company? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with you.
It's a company. Okay, this is it right here, right? It's everything you like about crypto, front and center, wrapping paper, but underneath it's just a straight up company that just does their thing. They can turn it on. They can turn it on.
But
They
you
can
know
change the
what's
protocol.
funny?
They can print more. They can change anything. It's literally just a company. It's like the OpenSea version of blockchain. It is. It really, really is. And I'm not saying it's bad for the space. You know what? Maybe we need a company that pretends to be a blockchain. Maybe that's what we need to get mass adoption. Or maybe we don't need that sheep in wolf's clothing. And maybe we just need something else.
Yeah, there was no way for me to nail Solana in any way. Then it was up, I lost. And then in the middle was up. And then the blockchain blocks. Last night, I was waiting for this epoch to... I shorted last night. It didn't work out because they decided to cancel the...
Right.
They literally canceled an epoch.
There's no way I can win with Solana.
You understand what an epoch is?
Explain to that, Robin.
The epoch is a set of blocks that get validated. And so your epoch is literally just a big block on the blockchain. And so if you just change a block, it's more complicated than that. And I'm just trying to dumb it down. So epoch is a certain number of blocks. And so they're literally just changing their own blockchain, man. They're just changing the rules as they go. And at least in the past, when the network went down, they were like, okay, let's just try, before we boot it back up, let's try to, fix some things. But now they're just like, yeah, this don't look good. Where the keys? Give me the admin keys. Like, they just start turning things on. They're like flipping levers. Like come on, man.
Would you trust if Solana?
I'm not saying I don't trust them. I'm just saying they ain't blockchain in the crypto world that I know of. They ain't no decentralization up in the dog. If you throw that decentralization word and Solana in the same sentence, shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on your thoughts. Shame on your portfolio.
What kind of thoughts we talking about? I don't know. But that is...
Shame on Gary Gensler.
Just kidding. Okay, let's move on. We got one more thing to talk about, and this is not going to be a, hey, super long discussion. This is showing you that there is some good that can possibly come out of bad situations. And the current bad situation we have is FTX. Then we're going to get into some Web3 gaming, some NFT, and then we're going to sign off. All right. Binance has shared their wallet addresses and activity after proof of reserve pledge. It's a source from Cointelegraph. Binance CEO CZ assured his community that his network would provide full transparency on asset holdings. On November 10th, Binance published a new page titled Proof of Assets, which I'm going to show you in a second, on which all details are available of its on-chain activity for its hot and cold wallets. The final goal is to create a Merkle tree proof of funds, which will be shared with the community in the following weeks. Now, I want to show you what this proof of assets looks like, okay? Here you go. So this is Binance Proof of Assets. You can see here they have 125,000 Bitcoin, and it breaks it down into how much of it is wrapped, BTCB, BBTC, and BTCB. They have 1.9 million in ETH on chain. They have about about 7 billion USDT tokens. They have 469 million Ripple, Polkadot, Chainlink. You can see everything here, you guys. This is what we need, right? This is what we need. We need to be able to say, okay, I want to choose an exchange that I'm going to have my money on and that I'm going to trade on. All right, let me see who's got the best proof of assets, who's got the best reserves, who's the safest in my opinion. Bam, you pulled up their proof of assets. If you get an Oracle and something that queries data like the Graph, right? The Graph project, which is what they do. Chainlink, proof of reserves coming. I can immediately in real time click proof of reserves and see exactly what they're holding on chain. I can go in there. I can see where the money's being sent, where the money's coming from.
I'll say this. As long as it's done by a trusted third party.
Is Chainlink a trusted third party?
No, is this proof of reserve done by Chainlink?
No,
but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm not talking about Chainlink. I'm talking about
But Rob,
the subject at hand is exchanges being more transparent, right?
Yes.
And the proof of reserve.
Oh, well, here you go. And because you brought this up, okay, when you go, this is on Binance.com, right? So this is their own thing. But when you click this arrow, takes you to the on-chain.
Yeah, it's still
Blockchain.com.
It can still be manipulated as far as, what's in what wallet, are you leveraging out assets that are in a wallet? I'm just saying, I think that this is a good step forward, but you need a third party, a trusted third party to audit. And that's just the basis of auditing. I'm not saying that Binance isn't doing it. I haven't looked into what their proof of, what was it called? Proof of what?
Proof of reserves.
Proof of reserves. I'm not sure what that looks like from the administrative side, but you need a third party, a trusted third party that comes in there and can look at the books from top to bottom, can look at who you're lending money out to, not just what you have sitting on the exchange. Because, you could sit there and look at FTX and be like, hey, I got this amount of Bitcoin on the exchange. I got this amount of this on the exchange. But what deals do you have? What leverage do you have? What debts do you have? And from top to bottom, what are your liabilities? And what are your assets? And I think you need a third party to do that. And this is the step in the right direction, but you needed to expand on it more. That's all I'm saying.
You remember which website they had disclosure? They were decentralized, and then they weren't.
Celsius.
It was
Voyager.
Right?
Celsius and Voyager.
In the face.
Yeah. And so, real quick, let's just take a look at that poll real quick, and then we're going to give a little love to the chat as well. The poll, is Justin Sun, will he bail out FTX? Resounding no on this. 59% said no. Only 11% said yes, and 30% also don't care. Actually, I don't really care what Justin Sun does either, so I feels it. And then also we got some new people up in here. Yeezy, World's Lowest, Ryan Way, Dione Gang, Viral XRPA. We got Viral Shorts. We also have Jenny Lee, Thomas S, Justin B, Barman Max, Jake Berg, Julio, and New Crypto. Hola! Welcome, Sin City Crypto.
All right. To end the show, we're going to send it over to our man, Matthew. And he's going to talk about some, I'll just let you bring it up, man.
All right.
What you got on the dock?
I'm going to be really quick with this. With the markets being down as much as they are, if you had your eyes on any gaming projects, any of those NFTs in those projects are going to probably be super low in value right now. So great entry point for anyone. For instance, the 4th series of Vox, which their other 3 series were sold at 0.88 ETH. All in various different times previous to this. So clearly much more expensive as before. If you were to try and get in now, you're going to get in at about 1,100, maybe 1,200 if price goes up just a little bit. Vox is a amazing project because of their interoperability with other games. They have ones for the Walking Dead Empires. They have it for Townstar, mostly Gala Games ecosystem. But they just made a partnership with Upland, which I just recently got into. It's a real estate trading game. Pretty fun. You have your main little icon there, and he just kind of travels around and discovers little properties that are in, whatever city you decide to send them to. There's train stations, buses. They have stadiums. They're just partnered also with FIFA. And I haven't gotten too much into it, but essentially you can own
Put a 1
NFTs
in the chat if you're excited for the World Cup.
have to deal with
That's pretty
different
dope.
teams and stuff like that. So there's little soccer games that are going to be played. I'm going to move forward because, like I said, we're kind of short on time here. But one thing also is this is from Gala Games ecosystem as well. This is called Grit. It's a Western cowboy-style battle royale. I've already tried it. If anyone else would like to try it, you can go right here to grit.game. put your email address in there, and they might send you a beta test key, which on the Epic's game store you can redeem it.
You know what this kind of reminds you of? You know what this kind of reminds you of, Matt? It reminds me of
Red Dead Revolver.
Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption. Yeah, it is kind of like that. It's fun, man. You can ride on horses. I'm gonna show a little gameplay trailer here. This isn't my gameplay, but
your boy straight beast on
it's pretty fun.
Call of Duty.
On Call of Duty, Battle Royale in general.
I love FPS.
I got over 500 wins of Call of Duty. I'm just saying that.
Man. Good job.
I'm throwing myself a thumbs up button.
Wow.
You know, because
all right, I'm gonna start this video real quick so you guys can see how this gameplay goes. So far, this is the
old Western
funnest you can play right now. To be honest, other games are kind of like arcade style. This is the first like actual battle royale through 3D, like your almost MMO style, but
meaning that there is
also
FPS.
HP dropped a $2.79 super chat. $2.79.
Keep up the good work, Sin City. Thank you, my brother.
It says CA. Does CA got their own currency?
Canadian.
Canadian.
Idiot.
I thought it was California.
Eventually, this will have NFT like aspect to it, where your weapons are gonna have different rarities, and there's like a gunslinger class and things like that. So throwing dynamite and stuff. This is really fun, man. I was playing this while I was out of town, actually on a crappy laptop. So they're gonna have a playtest tonight at 6 p.m. So if you put in your email in there and you get a code quick enough, you might be able to play tonight. It's only 2 hours long.
Damn. Did Gala Did Gala go under 2 cents?
Dude, no, but they went to 2.5 cents. So
2.5 cents. Huh?
I saw Isaiah in the chat earlier. He was asking for a TA on Gala. I don't do TA, but I mean 2.5 cents. Like, you can't get in at a cheaper price than that. I don't expect it to go any lower.
Gala's still out of the top 100 now, right?
No, I think the last I saw was at like 70 something.
Oh, is it in the top 100?
Yeah.
Everyone in this room, we're bullish on Gala, right?
Yeah.
And some of them will come with
All right. You know what? We did cross over 175. We're gonna have to make the new club limit 350. What do you think?
I'm digging
So
it.
moving forward, for the rest of the week, it'll be 350. Hopefully, we can set it up to 500. Guys, lads, gals, pals. We like to celebrate things here in Las Vegas. There's a couple things we do here in Vegas that
we are opening the club?
make all the other cities jealous. And one, it's strip clubs. Two, it's nightclubs. Three, it's badass live cryptocurrency YouTube TV shows. And four, we like to celebrate milestones and open up the club and see cool ass dance booths, especially mine. That's right.
You do the same thing every time.
It's amazing, bro. One day I'm gonna go to Omnia, which is a club down here, and I'm gonna see somebody with.
I'm gonna go to Omnia and embarrass myself.
They're gonna be like, blah! They're gonna be on stage. You're freaking like
learn
see
to
Marshmallow
shuffle,
Head.
dude.
What's that Marshmallow guy? Is that Marshmallow? Yeah. Anyways, Rocco.
You gotta do the Jersey Shore fist pump.
What's the Jersey Shore fist pump?
Fist pump.
Call me the eel, baby. The Lexus eel.
Chapstick.
That's for when you see a girl across the club.
Guys, we are seeing tremendous growth in our channel. I just want to give a couple quick shout outs. First and foremost, Rocco, our producer, our business partner. If you guys see the stuff this man handles or deals with, especially with Robin. But
There's all kinds of thumbs downs on my end here. I just poop on everybody's work here.
In all seriousness, without Rocco, this show would not be where it is. All the cool things, the overlays, the camera switching, the flow. I mean, that's all Rocco. So huge shout out. Also, Kyler, you don't see him on camera, but this dude comes in every day. He helps put the show together. He's moderating the chat. And then, of course, Matt, who handles all of our Web3 and gaming stuff. So
our team is growing.
Yeah. And so our team is growing. Our community is growing. We are so excited. I know it's a bear market and everyone's portfolios are down. But we're trying to build something bigger here at Sin City Crypto, and we're all about community. We've always put community first. That's why I've not taken any sponsored videos. If I pull up our inbox right now, you'll see just a grip of people asking us to do videos for them and paying us in tokens, and we've said no every single time. And so we will always put community first. We love you guys. Thank you so much for continuing to tune into us. And we promise you keep coming, we'll keep delivering. On that note, Rocco, Finger Tornado, let's go. Friends, family, friends of family, and family of friends, we thank you so much for joining us on this Thursday. Please come back tomorrow. We have our main man, Forrest from Crypto Stackers Pro, joining us to do live TA to talk about Solana, Bitcoin, everything else. On behalf of myself, Robin, Rocco, Matt, Kyler, we love you. See you tomorrow. Peace.